This is a VOA special English education report. What is the best way to learn a new language? A small study of foreign language learning in adults compared to method. One is known as the explicit or classroom method. This is the kind of traditional classroom teachings where students are taught a lot of information about grammar rules. The other method is known as the implicit or immersion method. The idea here is to learn much the way children do when they learn a new language, a native language. That is by being with native speaker and absorbing the language. This surrounds them, generally without a lot of explanation. Teachers may combine these two methods into what Professor Michael Ullman called immersion style classroom teaching, but it is necessarily a better way to learn a language. Mr. Ullman was the senior investigator for the new study. He is a professor of neuroscience at Georgetown University Medical Center in Washington, D.C. He says he was surprised to find that combining the two methods might not help the brain is processing a new language. Michael Ullman, if my life were on the line and I had to learn a new language, what would I do? I'm not sure. One possibility would be that to start with explicit and then go to immersion, right? Start with classroom and then go to immersion. But there's that possibility that classroom could hurt later immersion. That's what one possibility of interpreting our data. The Public Library of Science published the story earlier this year. The 21 adults in experience learned Brocanto 2, a 13-word language created for study. The word and grammar rule relate to a computer game similar to chess that the learners play. For example, Blom Nimolu Nip Libra means the square bloom piece switches with nip piece. The researchers tested the pupil 3 to 6 months after they had learned the language to see how well they could remember it. The study found that those who had learned it with the immersion method had brain waves similar to those of native speakers of a language when speak that language. Professor Ullman said those who trained with classroom methods also became more native-like in the brain processing, but only immersion groups showed full native-like processing of the grammar. Still, he says teachers be careful how they use this result of his study. Michael Ullman, I would not make any curriculum change based on this. Nevertheless, it's a success step, and I think it's warrant further researchers to see whether, in fact, what kind of training might, in fact, be best not just for reaching the native brain base, but also, maximum proficiency of different aspects of language, like grammar, syntax and lexicon. So I think further research is warranted, and it may be, for example, that a combination of classroom and immersion might be best, but we don't know that. And that is the VOA special English education report for today. Thank you for watching.